Hey there, and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the dumbbell calf stretch. This is basically a stretch that you can do obviously for your calves, and I highly recommend you guys do it. At the end of the video, I'm going to be talking about the few mistakes that you want to make sure you avoid. That way you can get the most out of this stretch. Now, the importance of doing a calf stretch is crucial, especially if you're going to be training legs or if you're going to be doing any athletic type of exercise, as you will have to use your calves in all forms of athletic exercise, like whether you're playing football, basketball, baseball, tennis, or volleyball. And you want to make sure that you're doing this correctly. That way you can get the most out of it, like I said. And so we're going to talk about some of the tips today to be as helpful as possible. But before we continue with those tips, here's a word from today's video sponsor.
I'm today's video sponsor, and if you'd like help losing fat or gaining muscle, there are a few ways I can help you down below. Either set up a free consultation with us, purchase one of our free affiliate links, or purchase one of our instant access affordable training programs. Can't wait to be of service to you. Now let's get back to the rest of the video.
First thing you're going to want to do is make sure you grab a dumbbell. Make sure it's a hex dumbbell. Do not use a round dumbbell. That's just going to roll away from you constantly. So just make sure you get a hex dumbbell. Make sure that your feet are centered on each side of the dumbbell. You don't want your feet touching. You want to have a slight gap in between your feet. So I'll show you from this angle. That way you have more balance basically. So if your feet are closer together, you're going to have more trouble balancing. But the next thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you get the balls of your feet right up on that dumbbell. That way you can get the most stretch. Make sure that your heel stays on the floor and that you're right inside shoulder width, or just enough for the dumbbell's width. And then what you want to do is make sure you lock your legs out, lock your knees out, and then push your hips forward. Stand up as tall as possible. You do not want your hips back. Even you can try this, by the way. Try it with your hips back, and you're gonna feel like no stretch at all. You have to push forward, push the hips forward, and stand up nice and tall in order to get the stretch. Because if you push your hips back, you're gonna put more pressure on your lower back, which takes away tension from your calves. The only thing that we want to be bending here is our ankles. And so, like I said, this is a great stretch for your calves. Do it for around 30 seconds. And then, take a little, 10-second break, and then do that again. And I highly recommend you guys do that for approximately 5 minutes total, I would say. And then stretch any other body part that you're going to be training that day. Next thing I want to make sure that you guys do is that you actually do this, I would say, after your workout, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because whenever you do static stretching before your workout, you risk the chance of kind of pulling something, especially if you go to the extreme of the range of motion or extreme end of the stretch itself. So do this after your workout, and then you can do an active warm-up prior to your workout. That way you can loosen up your joints as well. So here's some common mistakes. Like I said, pushing your hips back and bending your knees. You do not want to be bending your knees. Keep your legs completely straight. And the last mistake is to bend forward. Like I said, you want to stand up as tall as possible.